Shalom, Hebrews and Shebrews. Welcome to the channel. I'm Oldfield Disciple, and we're going to get our reading done this morning and get that good old meat of the word and take care of the spirit for the day. Yesterday we read, what was it? 1 Samuel 23 and Acts 17. So we'll be in 1 Samuel 24 and Acts 18. Sorry, I'm a little foggy still this morning. Just gotten going. Ain't got enough coffee in me. Let me flip the camera around and let's get to reading. I've been waiting on a guy here who's going to fix one of my wells, and so I think I can get this video in before he gets here. So let's get to 1 Samuel chapter 24. I remember yesterday David had went to Quail and saved them from being ravished by the Philistines, and then they turned around and turned him in, and so David's still having issues here. So let's see where David's at today. 1 Samuel 24 verse 1 says, "It came to be when Shaul had returned from pursuing the Philistines, that it was reported to him, saying, See, David is in the wilderness of En-Gedi. So Shaul took 3,000 chosen men from all Israel, and went to seek David and his men on the rocks of the wild goats. And he came to the sheepfolds on the way, and there was a cave. And Shaul went in to relieve himself. Now David and his men were sitting in the sides of the cave. And a man of David said to him, See, the day of which Yahweh said to you, See, I'm giving your enemy into your hand, and you shall do to him as it seems good to you. And David arose gently, cut off a corner of Shaul's robe. And it came to be after that, the heart of David struck him, because he had cut the corner of Shaul's robe. Sorry, I was just thinking about something. So he said to his men, Far be it from me by Yahweh that I should do this matter to my master, the anointed of Yahweh, to stretch out my hand against him, for he is the anointed of Yahweh. And David dispersed his servants with his words, and did not allow them to rise against Shaul. And Shaul rose up from the cave and went on his way. And afterward David rose and went out of the cave, and called out to Shaul, saying, My master, the king. And when Shaul looked behind him, David bowed his face to the earth and did obeisance. And David said to Shaul, Why do you listen to the words of men who say, See, David seeks to do you evil? See, this day your eyes have seen that Yahweh gave you today into my hand, into the cave. And one said to kill you, but my eye pardoned you. And I said, I do not stretch out my hand against my master, for he is the anointed of Yahweh. And my father, see the corner of your robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the corner of your robe, and I did not kill you. Know and see that there is neither evil nor rebellion in my hand. I have not sinned against you while you were hunting my life to take it. Let Yahweh judge between you and me, and let Yahweh avenge me on you. But my hand is not against you. As the proverb of the ancient says, Wrong comes from the wrongdoer, but my hand is not against you. After whom has the king of Israel come out? Why do you pursue a dead dog, a flea? And Yahweh shall be judge, and rightly rule between you and me. And see, plead my case, and rightly rule me out of your hand. And it came to be, when David had ended speaking these words, that Shaul said, Is this your voice, my son David? So Shaul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, You are more righteous than I, for you have rewarded me with good, where I rewarded you with evil. And you have shown today how you have done good to me. For when Yahweh surrendered me to your hand, you did not kill me. For if a man finds his enemy, shall he let him get away safely? and let Yahweh reward you with good for what you have done to me today. And now look, I know that you shall certainly reign, and that the reign of Israel shall be established to your hand. And now swear to me by Yahweh that you do not cut off my seed after me, nor destroy my name from my father's house. And David swore to Shaul, and then Shaul went home, and David and his men went up to the stronghold. Man, there's a lot right there. The Lord handles it. The Lord put David in this situation, and David could have killed Saul. I mean, that's a kill or be killed situation, and yet we see David show mercy and kindness to Saul. David never had it in his heart to pursue or kill Saul or take his crown from him, but Saul, in his jealousy and his pride, in his lack of repentance, and his lack of relationship with the Lord, caused him to believe all this. And so we have to come to this reckoning right here. And David doing the right thing. David, I'm not going to kill you because you are God's anointed. God anointed you king, and I'm not going to take this into my hands. I believe it's a psalm, maybe a proverb. God says, vengeance is mine. And so we either trust that or we don't. Let's go to Acts and see what's happening with the other Saul, the other Shaul, Apostle Paul. Acts chapter 18, verse 1. And after this, Shaul left Athens and went to Corinth. And he found a certain Yehudi named Aquilus, born in Pontus, who had recently come from Italy with his wife Priscilla, because Claudius had commanded all the Yehudim to leave Rome. And he came to them, and because he was of the same trade, he stayed with them and was working, for they were tent makers by trade.